Well, games few and far between for the Lamar Cardinals of late, one of which looked like it was in the bag, but not meant to be. Welcome, I'm Greg Kurt with head coach Tick Price. You are watching the Lamar basketball show. Coach took on Southeastern Louisiana on the home floor of the Montaigne Center, and first half, it was all going your way, and then you ran into a cold spot in the second. It cost you the game.
Yeah, it was a tale of two halves. We were hitting on all cylinders. The challenge was when we went back out there the second half, we win the first 10 minutes. We needed to make sure we got off that first 4 minutes to a real strong start. But Southeastern Louisiana was very determined. When you're conference play, you've got to be able to win the toughness battles. And in the second half, we did not do that.
Yeah, you mentioned the tale of two halves, kind of an overused cliche, but it was definitely true.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out some of the highlights of this game. Second straight game, Lamar Hyatt on the home court. The Lions came in unbeaten in conference. Lamar looking to end a two-game skid. And, Coach, like you mentioned, this first half, you guys were brilliant. So many things going your way, hitting shots. There's a nice 17-footer by Nick Garth, and you guys jumped out to a nice lead.
Yeah, we did. And Zcore got it going inside. We made some perimeter shots. We played with a lot of energy and pop. As just at the end of the day, though, you got to play 40 minutes and not 20 minutes. And I thought that 20-minute performance that we gave in the first half and the lack of 20 minutes in the second half caught up with us.
And you look at the first half, check out this play by Josh Zcore, your big man, going coast to coast with a finger roll and laying it home. You thought you were watching the Iceman George Gervin there, didn't you?
You went back on that one. I'm not even sure if Josh knows who the Iceman is.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He did a good job of getting out, running the floor in transition. I thought defensively we did a good job on Marlinville. That point guard is one of the fastest, if not the fastest point guard in our conference. He was held to, I think, 4 points in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, but he hit some real big shots for him in the second half when they made their run.
Yeah, first half you saw several three-pointers going in. You guys came off a tough shooting game the game before from the three-point line. You guys were hitting on it there in the first half. And here's a little bit more of the second half highlights. You see right there, you run the score up to 53-42 at that point. You had a 11-point lead, and then things went south on you, and that was the game.
Well, the first half, too, we were out in transition. We scored a lot of buckets. We kept them on their heels. And in the second half, we were not in transition. We were forcing turnovers in the points in the first half. Second half, they controlled tempo and forced us to execute. And give them a lot of credit defensively. They really got after us and kind of took us out of our sets. We were standing around way too much instead of continuing to attack. And we've got to make sure when things are not going well on the offensive end, we hunker down and stop people on the defensive end.
All right, and the final score from the Montaigne Center, it was 63-58 Southeastern winning that game. Cold shooting second half for the Cardinals. The difference in that one, Josh Zcore had 15 points and 9 rebounds. Nick Garth with 13. Lamar falls to 2 and 3 in the Southland Conference. All right, let's check out a trivia question, shall we?
Yes.
I know you always like the trivia question. A little basketball history. Here's the Howell Furniture trivia question for you. Let's toss out some defensive love for those who play it well. Name the Lamar Cardinal who owns the Montaigne Center record for most steals in a game. Thought-provoking,
I know that one, yeah.
Yeah, you do know that one.
Yeah.
All right, we'll check in with the answer coming up a little bit later on in the show. All right, here's a chance to look at the Southland Conference standings. There's now company in the top spot. UNO is joined by Nicholls State, both 5-1 going in. Why is that not updated? Anyway, we'll three teams, 1/2 game back. SFA, Southeastern, and Sam Houston State all 4-1. Lamar has dropped down to the 9th spot. All right, when we come back, we'll unveil our Cardinal Player of the Week, and shortly we'll be joined by a couple of players for a quick chat, Zouri Bozhe and Tori Noel.
Lamar University Basketball with Coach Tick Price. Brought to you by Provost Unfree Law Firm, ExxonMobil, Kenzel Toyota, Howell Furniture, Bob Wortham, Raymond James Financial, and Susan and Roger McCurry.
This is electricity. This is a power plant. This is Tim Barkholtz.
That's me.
This is something he's researching at ExxonMobil, using fuel cells to capture carbon emissions at power plants.
This is the potential.
Reducing CO2 emissions by up to 90%, while also producing more power.
This could be big.
Energy lives here.
Provost Unfree has spent over 45 years fighting for those suffering from diseases caused by benzene and related chemicals. Today, we continue those efforts by representing workers in the oil, maritime, and shipping industries.
Companies have known for decades that benzene exposure can cause leukemia, myelodysplastic syndrome, and other blood cancers.
Our firm has the assets, resources, and knowledge to stand head-to-head with industry and get you answers and the justice you deserve.
Provost Unfree, hard-working lawyers for hard-working people.
Hat maker Vincent Brimble prospered in the town of Hattington. Never flashy, he only made the classic bowler. Then suddenly the day's trend became preposterously tall. His Raymond James financial advisor reminded him that focusing on the long term is always fashionable. The fad was indeed a passing one. His patience paid off, allowing him to one day hang up his hat with confidence. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.
Hi, I'm Susan McCurry.
I'm Roger McCurry, and we love our Lamar Cardinals. Show your support for the team this season.
Come join the fun and find out what a great team we have.
Lamar basketball is the best ticket in town, and the LU spirit is fantastic.
Go Cards!
He's a winning basketball coach. She's a winning business owner.
Glad to have you on board.
Howell Furniture is excited to be a sponsor for Lamar basketball.
Together they form a winning team. Lamar men's basketball and Howell Furniture. Two great teams now together.
We work together as a team.
And so do we.
We have layups.
And so do we.
We help our community.
And so do we.
Howell Furniture is a proud sponsor of Lamar basketball.
Go Cards!
All right, time again to name this week's Provost Unfree Player of the Week. And for the second time this season, junior Josh Nzikor grabbing that honor. Josh had a huge first half in the loss to Southeastern, scoring 15 points, his final numbers for the game. Nzikor also had 9 rebounds, 4 of those offensive, and a couple of steals. Josh Nzikor, the Provost Unfree Cardinal Player of the Week. And, Coach, I guess you've got to be pretty pleased with the way he is. Seems like he's improving each and every week.
Yeah, he's just coming on. He started as a freshman. And then as a sophomore, he became a little bit more and more comfortable in our system. Now he's beginning to put it all together. He's got Colton Weisbrod as a guy who really helps take some of the attention off of him. And Josh is taking advantage of the opportunity. He's gotten polished offensively, runs the floor well. He's probably one of the most athletic post guys we've gotten in the conference. And he's really done a good job for us this season.
What were you thinking after the steal and he takes it coast to coast and lays it in?
No. Good job, Josh.
Right. All right, well, if you played on any team, there's always a few wise guys who like to impersonate the coaching staff, right? Well, this Lamar Cardinal basketball team certainly has its share of comedians when it comes to sounding like Coach Price.
I'm a transfer. I'm new here, so I'm just still trying to learn what they do like the most.
Ooh. Oh. I was gonna do Price, of course.
I was gonna do Price too. I gotta get my words right.
On the line. I can't say when the head's been. No.
You're gonna have the best seat in town.
Mr. Wood. It's just as much yours as it is ours. We need them all.
Hey, Cards, I'd like y'all to be at the game November 10th versus Coastal Carolina. Come out and support. Thank you very much.
That's Coach Price.
Jesus Christ! What are you doing? My grandma can make that. Jesus Christ! Come on, Colt. Come on, Colt.
Come on, guys, gotta be sharp.
You can't be serious right now, man.
He be turning around.
I'm serious. What are you
behind the bench?
gonna hit the rim? You gonna hit the rim?
Oh, gosh, James, you gonna hit the rim?
You gonna hit the rim?
You gonna hit the rim, James? I mean dang.
Come on, James. Come on, James. No, I can't do it, because I'll probably be on the line for this one.
Hey, Coach Price.
If I do Coach Price, I can't do get out for the side. I can't. The easiest one to do is Coach Price.
Coach Price.
Because if we do the same thing.
I'm not doing Coach Price.
I can't do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
It really is the truth. There's only so much we can say, though. Y'all just gotta go to practice to see the real Coach Price.
For real, please come over.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go to one of your practices.
Yeah,
to see how you operate.
Well, you're more than welcome.
Okay.
You're not going to church service, that's for sure.
Right. So what did you think about that?
Oh, it's funny. It's real funny. A lot of them are very apprehensive and hesitant to do me. I was kind of curious who gave the best imitation. But at the end of the day, man, we're having fun, and we need to have those type of moments to keep that stress and pressure on.
Yeah, one of my favorite lines from my coach at Central Oklahoma was, "Men, you're out there like a bunch of Johnny Carsons." Couldn't play defense or whatever, because we were not good. But at any rate, all right, before we go to break, let's go to our Kinsel Toyota social media question of the week. Comes from Trey Meekins by way of Facebook. With 2 close losses last week, what message did you, Coach, tell the players to motivate them?
Well, we talked about passing the toughness test. We did not, most of the time, the team with the most desire is the team to win. And we talked about that quite a bit, about being tougher, being at a point where we give more energy and effort. We felt like the games that we lost, we allowed teams to impose their will on us more than anything. And so those are things that we learned from those losses, but those are the things that we talked about in our meetings before practice. I think our guys understand you got to play in the moment, and if that moment is 40 minutes, you got to give your all for that 40 minutes. So we talked about that most of the time, effort, energy, and then not allowing teams to impose their will on us.
All right, Trey Meekins, thank you so much for that question. Next on the Lamar Basketball Show with Tick Price, we'll visit with a hometown player who's made good wearing a Lamar uniform when we come back.
I'm Bob Wortham, your district attorney and a Lamar graduate. Basketball and law enforcement have a lot in common. To have a winning basketball program, all players must work together. To have a safe and successful community, all citizens must work with law enforcement. If you witness a crime, report your facts immediately. If you receive a jury summons, don't look for a way out. Take the opportunity to serve. Let your voice be heard. Let's all work together for a safe Jefferson County.
Hey Lamar basketball fans, how would you like a free car wash? When the Cardinals win this week, you also win. Bring your ticket stub from a winning game to Kinsel Toyota before the Cardinals' next home game and receive a free car wash. When the Cardinals win this week, you win a free car wash from Kinsel Toyota, a proud supporter of Lamar basketball. Kinsel Toyota and Lamar basketball, a winning combination. Let's go Cardinals.
He's a winning basketball coach. She's a winning business owner.
Glad to have you on board.
Howell Furniture is excited to be a sponsor for Lamar basketball.
Together they form a winning team. Lamar men's basketball and Howell Furniture. 2 great teams now together.
We work together as a team.
And so do we.
We have layups.
And so do we.
We help our community.
And so do we.
Howell Furniture is a proud sponsor of Lamar basketball.
Go Cards!
Back with the Lamar Basketball Show. Let's introduce our first guest of the evening, Zouri Bozhe, who's a senior guard. Zouri, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks. You know, we were just talking that when I came back to Beaumont, that was your freshman year. It seems like time has just flown by.
Time
like
flies.
That.
Flies. It flies when you're having fun. So I'm enjoying my time here at Lamar.
So you came out of Hardin-Jefferson High School. Good player at Hardin-Jefferson. You guys were at the 3A level, right? Obviously, quality basketball teams all the time at Hardin-Jefferson. But making that jump from 3A to Division I college basketball, as you look back on that 3 years ago, was there a big curve for you to have to get around to understand the college game a little bit?
Yeah, it was a big difference for me. The speed of the game was a lot different. The defense, you know, if you can't play defense, you're put on the island. So that was the biggest thing for me.
When you came to Lamar, and you know, there's a lot of players that don't get the benefit of playing for the same coach the whole time. What has it meant to be able to play under Coach Price? Yeah, he's in the studio tonight, but what has it meant for you?
No, it meant a lot to me. He's a good guy. He taught me a lot on the court as well as off the court, and I think I've learned from him a lot from the past 4 years.
Do you think having an older coach, he and I are about the same age, but having an older coach prepares you a little bit more because you have someone who is able to extend life lessons to you guys? I know you're 21, 22 years old, and what older people might say doesn't always stick, but has he been that kind of coach for you?
Coach is old school, you know. Sometimes younger guys, they need that motivation from a guy that's been around a long time, so he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. What are you majoring in at Lamar?
Corporate communication.
Okay, so what do you want to do once you graduate? I mean, obviously maybe extending your basketball career, but if you have to get a real job, what would you like to do?
I think I want to do something with business. I don't know what yet, but I'm still working on that.
Okay. We were kind of joking a little bit earlier that you are the face of Nome, Texas, USA out there, huh?
Yeah, trying.
What's it like growing up in Nome?
A small town, not much around, so all we did was go out and play with our cousins or whatever. That was about it.
Yeah, was it a good place to grow up for you?
I would say it's a pretty good place. It has me in a good position. I'm where I need to be, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, how about your college experience? You didn't leave home. You probably could have had a chance to maybe leave home, but what made you eventually decide that you wanted to stay around?
Just being around my family, the coaching change. Coach Price, when he came along, I felt like that would be a good opportunity for me, so I stuck with it.
All right, Zouri Bozhe, thank you so much. Appreciate and enjoy watching you play.
Thank you.
All right, when we come back, we'll check out Zouri's backcourt running mate, Tori Noel. You're watching the Lamar Cardinal Basketball Show with head coach Tick Price.
Hat maker Vincent Brimble prospered in the town of Hattington. Never flashy, he only made the classic bowler. Then suddenly the day's trend became preposterously tall. His Raymond James financial advisor reminded him that focusing on the long term is always fashionable. The fad was indeed a passing one. His patience paid off, allowing him to one day hang up his hat with confidence. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.
Hi, I'm Susan McCurry.
I'm Roger McCurry, and we love our Lamar Cardinals. Show your support for the team this season.
Come join the fun and find out what a great team we have.
Lamar basketball is the best ticket in town, and the LU spirit is fantastic.
Go Cards!
He's a winning basketball coach. She's a winning business owner.
Glad to have you on board.
Howe Furniture is excited to be a sponsor for Lamar basketball.
Together they form a winning team. Lamar men's basketball and Howell Furniture. Two great teams now together.
We work together as a team.
And so do we.
We have layups.
And so do we.
We help our community.
And so do we.
Howell Furniture is a proud sponsor of Lamar basketball.
Go Cards!
Hey Lamar basketball fans, how would you like a free car wash? When the Cardinals win this week, you also win. Bring your ticket stub from a winning game to Kinsel Toyota before the Cardinals' next home game and receive a free car wash. When the Cardinals win this week, you win a free car wash from Kinsel Toyota, a proud supporter of Lamar basketball. Kinsel Toyota and Lamar basketball, a winning combination. Let's go Cardinals.
We are all about giving equal time here on the Lamar Basketball Show, and Tori Noel joins us. He's a senior guard out of Midwest City, Oklahoma. And Tori, thanks you so much. So we're visiting with your running mate, Zouri Bozhe, just a few minutes ago. You guys have to develop a little bit of a rapport, right? How does that work out, and how has your relationship with him kind of blossomed here in the last couple of years?
Pretty fast, really. Right when I got here, he's a good dude. Right when I got here, introduced each other, and we clicked right then, right there.
How difficult is it to go from, you played junior college in Oklahoma, northern Oklahoma, right?
Yes.
To go from junior college to a new program after spending 2 years there, and as you move in, was it a little bit like going from high school to a college team, or was there a difference?
It wasn't really a huge difference, just teammates. My freshman year, junior college, and then my sophomore year, it's a new team. It's the same thing to go to a Division I, just more expectations, but pretty much the same. I've been going through it since I got to college, new teams.
Mm-hmm. What was your experience like in junior college? Was that something that was good for you at the time, coming out of high school? Was that something you needed to do? Or how do you look back on that a couple of years later?
It helped me grow. It definitely helped me grow. I definitely had more time at junior college. Now I have no time now. Practice, school, weights, treatment. It's a big difference.
Yeah. I'm the product of the junior college route as well,
Yeah.
so it's like you look back on those 2 years, and for me it was something I needed to do for sure,
Yeah, I
academically
enjoyed it.
especially. But
Yeah, for sure.
So how about your experience? You're done here in the next couple of months. As you look ahead, you'll be able to graduate.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really good.
Yes, sir.
What do you want to do in real life? If you can't extend your basketball career.
I like working with kids. I like to coach, give back to what was gave to me when I was growing up. So I definitely want to get into coaching.
That would also mean probably teaching as well.
Teaching as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you like to teach? You thought about that?
I haven't thought about that yet. Yeah. I haven't thought about that.
There's so many options out there.
Yeah,
Coach, and
for
usually,
sure.
Coaches usually teach history.
History,
I
yeah,
think.
definitely. I had a football coach in high school that taught history.
How about math? You want to do that?
I don't think I would do math.
I didn't want to do math either.
I don't think I would
for
do
sure.
math.
All right, so what does this team have to do to finish strong here over the next month and a half and make some waves in the conference tournament?
We need to trust each other as much as we do off the court, on the court,
Mm-hmm.
Trust that everybody got each other's back and just put in more effort for each other. I feel like a sense of urgency will kick in sooner than later, though, so I think we'll be good.
All right, you are the quarterback, so you run the
Yes,
show.
sir.
All right. Cardinal, thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we're going to take a final timeout. On the other side of the break, we answer our trivia question and preview upcoming Lamar games right after this.
This is electricity. This is a power plant. This is Tim Barkholtz.
That's me.
This is something he's researching at ExxonMobil, using fuel cells to capture carbon emissions at power plants.
This is the potential.
Reducing CO2 emissions by up to 90%, while also producing more power.
This could be big.
Energy lives here.
Provost Unfree has spent over 45 years fighting for those suffering from diseases caused by benzene and related chemicals. Today, we continue those efforts by representing workers in the oil, maritime, and shipping industries.
Companies have known for decades that benzene exposure can cause leukemia, myelodysplastic syndrome, and other blood cancers.
Our firm has the assets, resources, and knowledge to stand head-to-head with industry and get you answers and the justice you deserve.
Provost Unfree, hard-working lawyers for hard-working people.
Hey Lamar basketball fans, how would you like a free car wash? When the Cardinals win this week, you also win. Bring your ticket stub from a winning game to Kinsel Toyota before the Cardinals' next home game and receive a free car wash. When the Cardinals win this week, you win a free car wash from Kinsel Toyota, a proud supporter of Lamar basketball. Kinsel Toyota and Lamar basketball, a winning combination. Let's go Cardinals.
All right, time now to answer this week's Howell Furniture Trivia question. You ready, Coach?
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, let's toss out some defensive love for those who play it well, and we are tonight. The Lamar Cardinal, who owns the Montaigne Center record for most steals in a game. Coach, you remember it fondly, don't you?
Yes, of course. I was there that night, witnesses, and I know exactly who it is, Zouri Bozhe.
That's right. There's your answer. Zouri with 10 steals against Austin College. That's crazy numbers right there.
Yeah, it is. But what Bozhe has done is he does a great job of reading body language, anticipating where the pass is going to go. He's put himself in a position now where teams' scouting report knows he can guard the 1 through 3. Sometimes as a small 4-man, he can guard that too. So he's versatile. But after that game, when he broke the record, he came back and got 9 steals.
Yeah.
So he did a great job. And I'm really proud and happy for him because he came out of high school as an offensive juggernaut, and he's come to Lamar and become a defensive lockdown guy for us. When you become a defensive guy, you don't get all the accolades, the guy who scores 20 points, but his performance on the defensive end is worthy of note. So I'm glad that we were able to recognize his defensive efforts.
And you know you got to have a player like that.
Always. Yeah. I really wish we had like 3 lockdown guys on the perimeter. That really would be helpful. But he normally guards night in and night out the opponent's top scorer.
Right, and it's been fun to see his development.
Yeah.
As we talked about a little bit earlier in the show with him, coming from 3A Hardin-Jefferson to play Division I basketball, certainly a dream for him. And you know, he's long, he's lanky, and he gets the job done.
He does get the job done, but people don't know he's a good person. He's made the dean's list a few times, come from a good family, got really, really good values, and high character guy. So, you know, he's going to do well after basketball. I know that. Even if he doesn't continue to play basketball, he's got a great career ahead.
All right, Coach, you have a couple of games coming up at the Montaigne Center, 2 huge ones. Later on today at 4:30, your tip-off. You'll be taking on Sam Houston State, and I guess at this point, as we get closer to February, are they all must-wins now for you?
All of them. You can't overlook anybody, even though you know, teams you play at home. You take a team like Sam Houston, who pride themselves on just playing tough, hard-nosed defense. You got to be able to match that yourself, and you can't allow a team to come into your building and impose their will. And they do a good job of doing that. They're fundamentally sound, and defensively, we've got to make sure we take care of the basketball, be strong with the ball, and be very aggressive in the paint.
All right, then you have another club, Nicholls State, who's been hovering around the top of the Southland, coming up on Wednesday as well. So a couple of big games for you, Coach.
2 hot teams.
Absolutely. All right, thanks so much. We appreciate all that you've done for us today, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, this has been the edition of the Lamar Basketball show with head coach Tick Price. I'm Greg Kerr for Coach Price. Remember, Peckham.
Lamar University Basketball with Coach Tick Price. Brought to you by Provost Unfree Law Firm, ExxonMobil, Kenzel Toyota, Howell Furniture, Bob Wortham, Raymond James Financial, and Susan and Roger McCurry.